Richard Devaney, what exactly is strategic capitalism? I thought that capitalism was best served organically.
Well, evolutionary capitalism, like laissez-faire markets, they often result in a number of vulnerabilities that are created. They're not good at incubating new businesses, and they're also not good at stopping foreign competition and excessive competition from driving everybody out of business. So strategic capitalism is taking a more proactive approach.
Well, in the book, you talk about the U.S. and China being in what you consider a financial Cold War. What's the state of that Cold War?
I think it's getting worse. Despite China's temporary slides, the long-run conditions are still there for China to essentially set the rules through state capitalism and at the same time to undermine the democracy of the United States by setting policies which undermine U.S. Governmental decisions, for example, to try to create solar and wind energy industries and other kinds of industrial plans that we've put into place. The Chinese undermine and destroy them.
Well, the big charge is that the Chinese are dumping their products over there. They have their government working along with their industry, which is something that the U.S. tends not to do because we're worried about picking winners. So should we try and emulate the Chinese and start trying to pick winners?
Well, I think it's a mistake to think that the government can't pick winners. If you look at our most successful industries, pharmaceuticals, aerospace, agriculture, telecommunications, and so forth, they were all picked and developed by government support. Even our lead in software, especially in operating systems, was created by the fact that the IRS and the Social Security Administration had to invent very big operating systems to handle all that data. So the U.S. government actually is the best venture capitalist we've ever seen.
But what about all the talk about Solyndra, and that's certainly bubbling up because of the presidential campaign.
Sure.
We lost $500 million there. A lot of people said, well, the government might have put that money elsewhere and gotten a better return.
Well, I think we're putting the blame in the wrong place. Why did Solyndra fare poorly? It didn't fare poorly because the government didn't pick the right company. It fared poorly because China put it out of business through subsidization and through artificial creation of demand in China that forced companies to focus on the Chinese market instead of the United States market.
So you're not that worried about crony capitalism as a result of the government working with industry a little bit more closely in the United States?
Actually, I am worried about that. And part of my recommendations include essentially removing Congress from the equation of creating industrial policy and regulation, and for that matter, removing the president, much the way we did for regulation of the banking industry with the Federal Reserve Board.
So how would China respond if we started acting more like they would? Do you think this would really cause the financial Cold War, as you call it, to get even colder?
I think it would, definitely, but I think that's to our benefit because the Chinese need us more than we need them at this point. They still have not developed a big domestic marketplace. They still need to make exports, and they still need us for technology transfer. So right now, we have the window of opportunity to do something about it. In 10 years, we'll have lost that, and the situation will be reversed.
This market has fewer players.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to
enter in a new stage at SAC.
It's a stock picker's market.
Welcome to the 5 dumbest things
Apple
on Wall Street.
reported earnings.